screaming. Your blood tastes better in silence.
Well, hello everybody, and welcome to my jungle living room high up in the mountains of northern Luzon, Philippines. I'm going to talk with you a little bit today about some of the traditions of the food, and specifically what's called dinagun. That's not a Halloween video, but it is a little different for some. MJ today got up early, headed out to the market to grab some of this. This is actually a blood cake or a blood pudding, I guess you'd call it in the States. I'm not buying the intestine today, I'm buying this. And these are chicken feet and of course the chicken heads, which not one of my favorite. If you look at one of my other videos, you'll see me eating some of that. But she picked up some of the dugal, which is the blood of pigs. Today she's going to be making what they call, and see if I pronounce it right, a dinagun. And one of my favorites, actually. I first ate it and fell in love with it. I first ate it as some street food, and when I expressed to MJ that I liked it so much, she's been cooking it for me. And I got to tell you that very addictive, very good. I never would have thought, but it's something that she cooks. She's a great cook anyway, but it's something that she cooks, and I like hers better than any I can buy anywhere. So here she's frying up some garlic. She cooks a lot of garlic, and I got to tell you, it really makes the house smell great. I love the smell of garlic. And of course, when she's cooking, like so many other Filipinas, she gets dancing and singing. It's a good sign. It's a sign of a happy Filipina. But here is actually the raw blood pudding before it's cooked. Kind of a strange looking thing, but as it goes on and progresses, it gets better looking. But that's it there. She's popping it into the garlic. And from there, she's going to kind of, I guess what she calls it is make like an adobo of it. And if you don't know what adobo is, you're probably not living in the Philippines yet. But in any event, she's going to fry that up there for a bit and get it, I won't say toasty, but it just kind of changes a little bit. And I think it just cooks it through and through. Eventually, once she does that, she's going to pull it from this wok and take it over to the little barbecue grill and kind of give it a little smoke flavor, which really pushes it over the edge. Now, you can eat this when it's, just cooked in the wok like this, and it's still good. It's still real good. But the once you put it onto the barbecue grill and get that smoke flavor into it, it just soaks right into that and gets it to puts it in a whole different level. But anyway, as I said, she's sitting there. She's just going to cook it here for a while. And you see now it's got kind of a red tint to it. I guess that's the blood. But as she cooks it, it's going to darken it up quite a bit and turn to almost like a black color. Okay, and as she explains it to me, you do want to keep an eye on it to make sure that it doesn't burn or get crusted on any sides. So she is kind of staying there over top of it, tossing it quite a bit to keep it moving, but also keep cooking at the same time. In addition to that, she's adding some of her spices, salt, pepper, I think some chili flakes, and we typically use moringa in about everything. She has some trees that are on her property that have the leaves, so she'll go out and harvest moringa and bring it back. We use it for tea, we use it for cooking and food. I tell her to put it in everything because it is so medicinally beneficial. And you see, as she put in some soy sauce, that would be the adobo component, I guess. And continues cooking for a little while longer. And you'll see in a moment here that it is beginning to start to turn a little bit. The juices are starting to come out of the dugo. So now it's kind of boiling within its own juices. And as I said there, she's adding her spices and stuff like that. I think what she's adding there is some ground up flaxseed. Now the moringa and the flaxseed aren't really something that you typically need to have in this dish, but we tend to use a little bit in everything, just again, because of the health benefits of it. It's not going to hurt, and it doesn't affect the flavor at all. And I think that's some vinegar she's pouring in there as well, white vinegar. And that's another thing in Philippine cuisine, if you haven't found out already. They like to use vinegar quite a bit, whether it's in cooking or even as a dip, some dipping sauces as well. I'm not a big fan of vinegar like that, but she is. And to be honest, once you cooked it, you can't really taste the vinegar anyway. I'm not sure what it does. It may release some of the juices in the dugo. I know with bone broth, you add vinegar and it does release the minerals out of the bones into the soup. So that could be the situation here as well. And as you can see, some of the juice has cooked off or been absorbed. So we are definitely getting into the end part of this component. And now what she's going to do is remove it from the wok and prepare to take it over to the barbecue grill, which my job is just, as living in Texas and doing the barbecue for many years, my function really is just to light the fire. Uh-oh. I had to give it a try. I always do. I'm like a little kid in the kitchen. I always got to get a sample. And she's going to finish up and take the rest out of the wok, put it onto the plate. From that point on, we're going to move over to, as I said, over to the little barbecue grill thing. And I don't know what to call the barbecue thing, because in Texas they would laugh me right out of the room if they saw how small this thing was. But it does work. It's not a smoker, but it does work. But so we're moving over now to the barbecue, and notice how she sets it on there nice and orderly. She has a heck of a lot more patience than I do. But this is really phase 2 with the cooking of this. She's very orderly and meticulous about the way she sets these on there and the way she turns them. She's got a heck of a lot more patience than I do. And as I mentioned earlier, you can see now it has turned quite a bit different color, no longer the red color you saw earlier. And you can see some of the spices on it as well. And look at that great smoke. I love to see smoke coming off the grill. And she started to remove some of it. It is done. She's taken some off already, and she's just finishing up this little bit here, which is directly over the coals. And I can tell you, just me watching this video, my mouth starts to water when I see this. And if I could explain the kind of the consistency of it when you chew it, it's almost like a warm cottage cheese, but also has a really nice, I don't know, maybe an oil or something like that flavor when you bite into it. It has got a unique flavor, but I can tell you, with me, I've become addicted to it. I love it. And I never would have thought that would be the case. But here's the finished product. As you can see, it's pretty dark compared to where it was the first time. And even some of the cubes have, shrunk up. So some of the juices probably have either evaporated or been, cooked off. But she's got some of her garlic that she makes. That's a fermented garlic, basically pickled garlic. She makes homemade tortillas. I turned her on to tortillas. Now she makes them homemade, and they are delicious. She makes a great Mexican food, and she loves tortillas. She's become addicted to those, surprisingly. But and that garlic, again, that's a pickled garlic. And if you get a chance to have some of that, try it. You'll love it. I didn't think I would like it at first, because typically garlic is hot. But when it's pickled, the heat goes away, and it's just pure flavor. But here we are, ready to dig in and start eating some of it. And I got to tell you, it doesn't get any better than this. Having great food with a beautiful, nice woman doesn't get better than that, living in the Philippines. In any event, that's it for today's video. I appreciate you coming by. And if you've tried this, let me know in the comments what you thought of it. If you haven't and you'd like to try it, let me know that as well, or any other foods that you might want to be interested in having a video about. But this is MJ's card. You can find her on YouTube or Facebook. She's got a great little business going of making different things. She's an incredible cook. Check her out as well. And like I said, if you want to comment below, I would certainly appreciate hearing from you either way, whether you liked the video, you didn't like it. If you have tried Dunnigan, check it out. All right, y'all have a great day. Take care.